Everton, who haven't won at White Hart Lane since 1985, are ahead in 1999. It was just out of the reach of Walker. And scores his second goal of the week. Great jump from Sherwood. And Tottenham have taken it back. It's 1-1 at White Hart Lane. You expect that sort of delivery from Darren Anderton. Sherwood muscling in. This looks familiar. Unsworth against Walker. He's done it again. David Unsworth is spot on. And Everton lead by 2-1. Can they hang on to their lead this time? Unsworth going for power, and it squirmed underneath Walker's body. Tottenham's rescue here. It's all square again, but Paul Gerrard, who's made some inspired saves in this game. In a cracking contest. Everson, if he can stay fit this season, really is going to make a telling contribution to the Tottenham Hotspur cause. Carr's inviting centre. Everson stooped to conquer. And incredibly, Spurs lead by 3-2. And this one may be of immense value. From the moment that Beckham played that ball into Phil Neville's path, you felt that Leeds had problems, and it was a terrific downward header by York. United, well and truly York at Old Trafford. Singing in the rain. Beckham put it in towards the near post. York was already on the move.
Chased a long ball. The 36-year-old defender won the race, only to loft it over his own keeper and into the net. De Bilde and Carbone celebrated with Jonk, but Dreyer definitely got the touch that mattered. Last week at Middlesbrough, Dean Saunders scored for Bradford in the 89th minute. Sub Simon Donnelly's tug on Peter Beagrie gave Beagrie himself the opportunity to net, again in the 89th minute. Time for Beagrie to demonstrate his somersaulting ability for the first time this season, and just as it was when these two teams last met in the top division on Christmas Day 1919, a final score of Bradford City.
And he put Leicester into the lead. It was Izzet's shot that was charged down, and Heskey first time past the Hoy, who concedes his first goal of the season. Double ricochet, one strike, 1-0.
Champions League as well.
Real teasing cross, and Wise was on the end of it. Enough. And the former Chelsea man might have sent his old club to their first defeat of the season. On by Babayaro, and away by Elliott. Stoppage time, and would you believe it, it's Frank Sinclair Chelsea man has surely now given his old club.
Paul Gascoigne was sidelined with sciatica as Borough romped to their second away success of the week. Their first came inside the opening 10 minutes. Ziegler's corner, chested down by Gordon, touched on by Rickard and lashed home by Brian Dean. Now, Christian Ziegler had already had a sighter, and the £4 million summer signing from AC Milan didn't need a second invitation. A strike from the very top drawer. Estonian keeper Mark Poom helpless against such a quality free kick. Derby had hardly produced any real threat, but hopes were lifted 5 minutes before half-time. Dion Burton starting his first match of the season on hand after Baiano's initial effort had been blocked. But Derby's attack remained impotent despite a double substitution at the break, and Borough reinforced their advantage through their Colombian striker Hamilton Rickard. Horacio Carbonari in quite a tangle, referee Steve Bennett with no option but the penalty. Rickard top scored with 18 last season. This made it 3 already this campaign. Derby 1, Middlesbrough 3. Jim, how much do you need a striker right now?
Very much so. I mean, in today's game, it was evident, you know, the amount of ball that we had in the box. Certainly second half. I mean, and we never got anybody remotely looked like putting it in the back of the net, to be honest. Even missed kicking, you know, and you know, that's been our problem, and it was obviously more evident today, particularly second half.
I enjoyed the life and the football from the beginning here. Namely, when I went to England and I talked with Ryan Robson and I met the teammates, I thought it was really my how I feel also to play football.
Christian, when he was explaining after the Wimbledon game, we thought he had a slight strain in his thigh, but it materialised that it was just a dead leg, really, and he trained on Friday and he said he was fine. Pleased he was after that second goal.
In a week when most of the nation was transfixed by the eclipse, appropriate enough that Mooney was centre stage at Anfield. Gerard Houllier spent the best part of 25 million on his French Revolution, among them Vladimir Smitsa. The 2 straight promotions mean the Watford spirits are high, despite the past week's defeats to Wimbledon and Sunderland. And when Liverpool's defence dithered and dallied, Tommy Mooney was ready to pounce and silence an embarrassed Liverpool cop. No one really taking command in Liverpool's defence, and Watford hungry for a slice of Hornets history. For Graham Taylor, a personal milestone just waiting to happen.
With Darren Huckabee sold to Leeds, Australian international John Aloisi was given the chance to score the goals that Coventry have been so short of recently. Noel Whelan set him up with an early chance, but Aloisi fired just over. The Dons were keen to show their fans what they were capable of following the disappointment of their midweek home defeat against Middlesbrough. And Robbie Earle broke forward to bring a fine save out of Coventry keeper Magnus Hedman. With 2/3 of the game gone, Egil Olsen's team took the lead. Carl Cort tucked the ball past Hedman for his 3rd goal in successive games. And he only managed 3 league goals in total last season. Coventry looked to be heading for a 3rd defeat in 8 days, until in the final minute of injury time, Norwegian defender Torre Pedersen hauled down Aloisi. Referee Mick Halsey awarded a penalty. The pressure was intense, but Gary McAllister stepped up to score Coventry's first goal of the season and secure their first precious point. Wimbledon 1, Coventry 1.
No games in Premiership.
Shearer leading the team out on the field, back where it all started for him. Newcastle looking for its first win at the Dell since 1972. Ruud Gullit in hot water. His team off to a terrible start. Minute number 13, Southampton. The effort, the deep cross into Mark Hughes. Hughes with the flying header, but it just goes over the crossbar. Close, but we all know that close doesn't count. Just a bit high. Now Newcastle. They play it into the box. Kieran Dyer is fouled hard by Klaus Lundekvam. The referee says it happened right there. What is this, American football? Check it out again. This had to hurt. Oh, that would leave a mark. Alan Shearer steps up to take the penalty kick. Shearer. He's online. That website just took a hit. His first lead. Marion Pahars. He's online at goal.com. That made it 2-1. Bad defensive effort one more time, and he beat the goalie. Now minute 69. Long ball played into the box. Koch Lul again. The defense was absent one more time. 3-1 the score, Southampton, after Koch Lul put it into the net. Now, Stuart Ripley, long ball into the box, played out to Mark Hughes. He volleys it in for a goal, the Welsh veteran. That made it 4-1. Beautiful job by Hughes, getting it into the net. Now Newcastle late, the corner kick to Gary Speed. He heads it in to make it 4-2, but a bit too little, too late. That's the way it would end up. Ruud Gullit spent $51 million on new players. It's a lot to spend on 3 losses. In the action, as I said, Wanchope would be big. Hey, Aston Villa sporting the new striped shirts this season. And Paolo got it going. Aston Villa would strike first. Julian Joachim on the cross to Dion Dublin. And check out Double D. That website just took a hit. Scores it to the celebration. What is that? Hair washing? Headlights? What's going on out there? 1-0 Aston Villa after Dublin scored the goal. Then later, Alan Thompson will clear this one out, but it's deflected it in, and Southgate got the OG next to his name. The own goal. Wanchope with the shot, and as you can see, it was Southgate knocking it in. David James probably would have saved it, but it was 1-1. The pass to Dion Dublin later. He was beaten in the air. Trevor Sinclair with the bad clear there. George Boateng. No, says Shaka Hislop. He snuffed it out. Into the first half, it was 1-1. Now to the second half. West Ham on the attack. Frank Lampard crosses to Wanchope. The header just up and over. Missed on that one. Then Aston Villa on the attack again. Ian Taylor. Great pass to Dion Dublin. Shaka Hislop blocked it out. No, not on my watch, says Shaka. Then Aston Villa coming in. Lee Hendry, the corner. West Ham fails to clear it. Dion Dublin takes full advantage. Dublin with the goal. 2-1 Aston Villa. John Gregory will take that anytime. As you see, West Ham could not get it out, and Dublin took full advantage. Then in injury time, final seconds of the match, West Ham with a chance. The pass to Paolo Wanchope. He passes to Trevor Sinclair, and he's got it. The equalizer. Sinclair put it in. That made it 2-2 as Harry Redknapp loved every minute of this. The equalizer, and that's how we would finish. Redknapp gets the late one from Sinclair, and it was 2-2.